Alrighty, welcome back. We are on the episode 5 of Bridge Troll Build, and we're here and we're going to showcase what all I've gotten done this time. So there are 2 additional entrances to the base now. Both are hidden, of course, and let's check them out right now. So we all know this side, it's all, jank. You got to get across there because, well, the bridge is gone. So I made some secrets. And again, okay. I touched a little bit. I had to raise a few pieces of blocks of this little section right here to get in right here. So we come into this all broken down tower, excuse me. So you got some nice high polished stone touches, built-in cross for those who are religious. And we come to this. This fit the build so well, kind of a mausoleum, space of worship, however you want to call it. Let me get back here, so we can take a look. It turned out really well. I used the stone windows and inset them into there to give it a unique look. Obviously, we got some glow behind the large cross at the end. Little stone bench to sit. You can come down, sit, leave some offerings. We don't have a whole lot of things that we can put around. Knickknacks, there are dishes, but they're all the same, just different. It's a plate, a bowl, a cup, a pitcher, and that's just about all we got. So I really like how this turned out. Maybe you can kneel here. You've got your little prayer book or something. And what's cool is I did not do this on purpose, I swear. So this all scaffolding that is part of the original the devs put in to shore up this section looks like it's holding the cross together. It's really cool. And I didn't put too much behind there because I didn't want it too bright, so there's just 4 blocks of the luminescent. But yeah, it's I think it turned out really nicely. I like how the stone windows kind of look like a feature that maybe was there, and they're even having to shore that up because the whole thing's coming down. It's I still couldn't figure out a good way to do railings and not have them look stupid. It just, yeah, they just didn't look right. So come up out of here. Close that. Now we'll go into the additional entrance we have now that is all kinds of sketchy because this was all broke out. And I did add a few stairs, a few steps, I guess you could call it, because hardly stairs to be spoken of. So we'll come in here. Originally, I was going to make this something like... I even had to raise the deck up. This is the deck height. Because it's so busted right here. Right behind this is all of that debris that kind of... This is actually where I came in the demo, right here. But this got all messed up. Like, this is all broke out right there, behind that. So I had to... I was gonna do the carpenter, but I'm like, man, I don't want him clear over here. But this is very similar how I went in the demo. I did add some windows for us to see. This place will probably be just exactly like I did it in the demo. I'm going to build a fireplace down here, put in some seating. It'll be like a little mess deck or something like that. Like a little impromptu, hey, the builders are working. They need some place to sit and eat while they're working, or maybe the servants' areas, if you want to call it that. So we had to come up. This was tough, and I did have to lower this 1 block in order to get this, and I've still got this thing low. So we come up. This is the gallery. Got it all decked out. I was going to put some benches here, but I haven't made them yet. And then you've got the blacksmith. He's the first one that I've moved over so far. And I think his area turned out real nicely. Clipped the what's this thing called? Charcoal kiln. Clipped it into the wall. The debris right behind here, that's a secret room that goes into the little library nook. And then he's got all his stuff, including his, what is it called? A quenching bucket. When you're doing blacksmithing, you gotta... This was really difficult. So what I had to do, I had to place a block down. Then after the block, do I have any on me? I don't have any on me. I placed a bowl, and then on top of the bowl, I placed that metal bucket, the iron bucket. Then went in with this, removed that, picked up the bowl, and then put the bronze barrel, slid it into where it looked like it was centered on that, to give an illusion that that's where he quenches his bucket down in, quenches his steel down into when he's hardening it. Added the both pieces of so it's the hammer set from the carpenter, but it's also his set for him. And what I did is I just put blocks on the wall, put this up, took the blocks out, and then slid in the carpenters underneath, and it looks like they're stacked on top of each other. They're not really. The blacksmith tools are actually floating, but it does look like they're just kind of stacked on them. You know, give him more tools, make it look more interesting. And then I have one iron window here. Kind of, I would lean them if we could, because that would look more cool. Like he has a couple windows that he's working on right here. That'd be neat. But made him a chimney for his... and you can't really tell, but there is some blue inside of it. That's weird light effect that, man, that patch really messed things up. But yeah, I think his... and I still haven't decorated the top of that little thing. I'm going to put like some cups and stuff up there, make it look interesting. But I think that came out pretty well. Then over here, so I've decided what I'm going to do with this section up here. This is going to be a mixed-use kitchen, dining space, probably some chandeliers and whatnot, and the farmer's going to be over here. So farmer, cook, kind of makes sense for all that. So we got a seed bed. I put in a nice big window. This cannot, and I tell you, it cannot be seen from that bridge deck up there. It's very well hidden. And then I'm going to put some probably, I don't know if I'll do arrow slits like that side. I might, because I want to build out, it's going to come out 4 and go across 11 and go back in 4. So I have a 3x9 on the inside of the soil. And it's going to be raised up. And then I'm going to have some plantings in here too. And I'll show you in a minute why. As, you know, obviously this isn't feeding the whole castle, but it's something like a little extra. So I fleshed this out. Missing one of the banners, but we'll get there. Instead of having it just straight up all the way across with the railings, I added a little bit of farm. And boy, it is tough to fit multiple pieces in such a small space. Like, it's tough. But I got just a little bit of plant growth. Got those nice wall braziers going. The lanterns. Looks real nice. I really like how this turned out. I just need to get one more of these guys up over here. And then we come to this side. I'm going to come in. I'm going to flip the door back around. And this is the final thing that I've done for this episode, but it's a big one. I gutted the whole damn thing. All the way down. Put in some windows. I gotta stop up that window down there. It's too close to the grass. And probably those and raise them up. It's too close to the grass. So here's what I'm thinking about. In this space, and I'll show you the ladder in a minute, I think I can put the 3 additional. So the alchemist, the carpenter, and the hunter. The alchemist will be up in this little area. He'll be standing up here with some of his equipment. Not all of his equipment will be up there. In kind of like a perch that overlooks things. And then I'm going to do it on 3 separate levels, but all within most of this upper section. So we have this nice big open space for 3 of the crafters. And that way, those 3 are right there. she's right here for the farmer, and right there is going to be your blacksmith. And since you come in right here, it's pretty well centralized. They're not so spread out that it's kind of ridiculous. And then there'll be living quarters down below. So now I'm going to show you this. That little section there is just temporary until I figure out how I want to do this. But I just did like I did with that other tower that's over there. And the weird part is I've got the ladder set correctly. You can come in and go down the ladder perfect, but you cannot, it won't let you off it. You have to jump off of it. It's really strange. So just got a little bit of light in here. This one's one of those, the next step is a doozy, so you got to be real careful because it kind of pushes you out. And then, so if I close that back up, you can't really tell it's there. You can just a little bit, but not too much. And this is what I mean. You can't see that window at all. Like, I mean, I can like squeeze and squint and maybe kind of, sort of, just barely see the railing. But of course, nobody has the ability to zoom their camera out like if an NPC was running around, they can't zoom their camera out. And then I'll show you one last thing. So over here, I'm going to make this quarry. So, you know, we need stuff to... You see how this window is just way too low. Those are maybe okay, but this window's way too low. This cliff face here, I'm going to dig into it and make it look very quarry-like. Using this tent, I'm going to expand on it, put a workbench out here and all that. Because I'm already into the wall. So you can't really see it. Let me see if I can get a good angle at it. Can't see it at all. I just happened... I hit the shroud layer, so I couldn't go any further. Yeah, I can't see it at all. I'll go in and show you. I did actually make it all the way down and into the dirt. So at some point, I will connect this section. Alright, so let's go back in here. Real carefully. Come in. See, it works coming this direction. It just doesn't work going up, and I'm uncertain what the problem is. Alright. So here's what we got. That's not what I meant to use, but okay. This is as far as I got so far. Apparently I got a little bit of stone I got to chip off. But anyways, yeah, it's cool. This is the bottom. I can't build really anything further. I get stuck by shroud pretty much everywhere. I figured that was kismet to just stop building. And up here, it's almost all shroud. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess we're done. But it's a lot. Man, I dug a lot. I have a picture of it where I had over, well, yeah, you can see I have 10,589. That came from just this. I didn't have any in my bag when I started this thing, and now I have 10,500 stone from digging this thing out. It's impressive. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you back for the next episode.